everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's been a little while. I had another hiatus. I'm sorry. Life has been crazy and yeah, had a lot going on. So I just thought I'd film a quick little update video for you guys just to let you know what's going on. I also have a couple of fun announcements. So yeah, let's just crack on, shall we? Sorry, I didn't get properly ready before turning on the camera. But perfection is the enemy of done. So we're going to allow ourselves to be, and by ourselves I mean myself, to be authentic and messy and not worry about having to do everything perfectly because it holds me back. I've been doing a lot of introspection over the last few months and yeah, I really need to challenge that in myself. So this is what we're doing.
Pizzas are in.
The pizzas are in the oven! Josh, you want to say hi?
Hello.
Do you want to say hi on camera?
Like and Hi. Like and subscribe.
It's been so long since you've been on the channel.
I know.
We should see if we can rectify that at some point.
Probably.
Things have been really busy in the last video I posted was 5 months ago. I checked. Some things that have been going on is stuff with resting job, stuff with auditions, woo, stuff with being in rehearsals, woo, and stuff with the house. So there's been a lot going on, both personally, work-wise, resting-wise, all of the stuff. I've been thinking for like a couple of weeks that I've been wanting to pick up the camera. In the last 5 months, I have tried to film some stuff. We'll get onto that later, but just didn't make it onto the internet, so apologies. That's why. It's not that I just literally haven't been thinking about YouTube. It's just the times when I've been able to film and I have filmed something, it's just, you know, part way through filming it, I've just been like, nah, this is not great. Watching back footage and just feeling like it just wasn't right. So yeah, we're trying again, but I'm feeling good. So what's been going on since June, seeing as this is an update? Let's start from like right now and work backwards. Firstly, I'm in rehearsals, woo! Josh says hooray. I'm about to go into tech next week for A Christmas Carol, A Ghost Story, which is at Alexandra Palace. So if you are in the UK and in and around London, North London, come see me. There'll be a link in the description. It's been a really fun rehearsal process. The company are so lovely, which after, if you saw like, I think it's my update for 2025 video where I shared a bit more about it, but like, after how my recent jobs have gone, especially like the bigger jobs, because this is one of those kind of bigger jobs. It's got celebrity casting and stuff in it. It's just been really nice. I was quite unsettled at first because I felt myself feeling, you know, a bit insecure, not about my ability to do the job, but just like, you know, feeling like I didn't really fit in with the group, feeling like I was censoring myself in conversations and things, feeling like I couldn't engage in conversations, which I think was kind of a defense mechanism and like a feeling of like not feeling safe, which is a real shame because I think, I mean, it is what it is, and you know, having an awareness of that is useful. But yeah, I kind of wish, because this company has been so lovely, I kind of wish that I didn't have that kind of like trauma response to like work through, and I could have just enjoyed it. But we're getting there, and yeah, it's a really fun show, really lovely company. Been feeling really good about it, been inviting people, which is, you know, I haven't done that in so long, invited people to stuff that I've been doing. So the fact that I'm at a point where I'm like, yes, I feel like I'm really getting back to actively engaging and trying to put myself out there is really, really great. So yeah, I'm feeling really good. If you are in and around London, like I say, feel free to come. There'll be a link in the description if you fancy it. Bit of old Christmas Carol, very festive. Another thing that's happened in the last 5 months is that I've been kind of doing some more studying. So I've been doing some free level 2 courses. So over the summer, I did a level 2 counselling course, which I really, really enjoyed. I really enjoyed that. I feel like learning is my safety blanket, which is like fine. But also I found the course really interesting. I'm considering whether I want to take that a little bit further as, you know, a potential kind of side resting job kind of thing. I'll get on to resting jobs in a second. But yeah, really, really enjoyed it. And I'm currently studying for a level 2 in mental health advocacy and mental health first aid. Kind of adjacent and related, but a lot more, from what I've learned so far, it seems to be like a lot more practical, like how to help individuals who are in a period of mental ill health or going through a mental health crisis, whereas obviously the counselling course was more about, you know, different modalities of counselling and how to effectively counsel and ethics and things like that. So there is definitely a lot of overlap, but the course I'm doing at the moment feels like it's a lot more practical, which is kind of interesting. Yeah, really, really excited about that. It's really made me think about how I want to incorporate that either into like non-acting work or through volunteering or something like that. But yeah, really, really, really interesting. I've kind of, my own mental health journey has made me really interested in kind of psychology and counselling and stuff. So it was really nice to actually have the opportunity to be able to learn more in a kind of more formal setting, which is great. What else? Oh yes, so over the summer, so in July, I did a little mini challenge for myself, which was 31 days of blog. So I wrote on my blog for 31 days in a row. Feel free to check that out if you dare. There'll be a link in the description. Some of it ended up being really unhinged, but it was also really, really fun. Like, I think the most unhinged vlog, I imagine, in my opinion, was actually the one I had most fun in. There are a mix of different blogs in that. The point of it wasn't necessarily to, you know, write every day something that really deep and profound or something like that. It was just to write every day. You know, since getting my new website, I had really struggled with posting on my blog, and the blogging was the one thing that I was kind of like, if I'm going to be paying to have a website, then I might as well have something that I'm consistently adding to it. So a blog seemed like the obvious thing. And I do love writing. So yeah, so that was just kind of a way to kind of try and re-kickstart my blog. I then, after that challenge, fell off of writing on my blog. But again, like with this YouTube channel, trying to get back on the horse. If you want to read some of my writing, then feel free. There's one particular blog that I'll link separately that I think if you're interested in what I do here on my channel, you might find quite interesting. It's like a journal prompt blog, so I'll post that below. And I'm really interested in kind of finding ways that my blog and this channel can kind of not necessarily like merge. You know, I know some people, you know, post videos and then they write like a transcribed version that they post on their blog. That might be something, if people are interested, if they prefer things in more of a blog format, that I would be interested in doing, or doing kind of supplemental content. So maybe, you know, if I do a how-to on YouTube, doing kind of a more in-depth or like personal kind of reflection on that on my blog, or vice versa. You know, I'm open to doing those things, but also, I don't know, I'm wanting to find a bit more cohesion in my life in terms of all the different things that I do / want to do. You might see me posting a lot more on the like community post things about when I've written blogs and things like that. I really enjoyed doing that, writing a blog every day for 30 days. One of the things that I've rapidly learned about myself is that the like intense challenge format really helps with my productivity. I think because it helps me get into that more kind of I've been listening to this podcast called Business Rittery, and Rachel Maddox, who is the host or creator of that podcast, there've been a few times where she's been talking about the play place versus the pressure place, and I feel like daily challenges really get me into the play place because you don't have time to put pressure on yourself. So yeah, haven't figured out how to put that into every aspect of my life, but definitely when it comes to kind of creating and creativity, really, really helps. To the point where I was thinking of like, how can I adapt that kind of daily challenge thing into something for YouTube, which obviously YouTube is a lot harder to do that with because there's a lot more steps in terms of like, you can't, well, I guess you could do a video a day. Like there are people who do that, like with Vlogmas, for example. that seems very, very stressful. I don't think that would get me into the play place, but like, you know, finding a way that the challenge kind of concept could work for me for YouTube. That's another thing that's been happening in this little gap since my last upload. That's actually kind of a good segue into what's been happening kind of internally as well. I guess kind of more personal introspection kind of in my inner landscape. Yeah, I've been really working on / working through, and it's still a process, kind of my challenges with perfectionism and fear of failure. I think that's been a big reason why I haven't posted in the last few months. Part of it is just like time, but you know, like I said, I've tried to film stuff and then I've kind of fallen off, or just, you know, started the editing process or watched things back and been like, yeah, no, I don't, this isn't great. And like, whilst that is legitimate, like I don't want to just put out something that I'm not happy with, I do think some of that comes from perfectionism in terms of feeling like, how do I say this? Because like, it's not that I want to be happy with mediocre content, and I think that's partially why I haven't been uploading, because like I'm not the kind of person who's like, oh, I can just throw this up and it'll be fine. But I guess putting a pressure on myself of my content having, or anything that I put out into the world, having to be of a comparable standard to people or creators who essentially have more resources than me, resources of time, resources of, you know, having help with their channels, and also may well have different priorities than I do when it comes to what they want their content to be. So for example, comparing my content to people for whom YouTube is actually their job, or at least a substantial part of their income, or comparing my content to content creators who have editors for their videos. Some of the things that I tried to film that haven't panned out is vlogs. I've went through a phase, and I still kind of enjoy them, certain content creators who have these really, really aesthetic vlogs, and I was like, oh, that would be so nice, and I wouldn't have to script anything, blah, blah, blah. But vlogging is really, A, labor intensive, and B, the vlogs I like are vlogs that still have some kind of point to them. And so I was just kind of filming myself and then getting halfway through like the time that I was vlogging for and being like, what is the point of this video? There is no point, I'm just filming my life. And I know there's a place for that, but I just felt like this is not interesting. So yeah, I was just kind of like, let's not. And I think, you know, taking the pressure off myself of being like, YouTube is a hobby for me, it's not my job. I do want to put out things of value, but also like I've got to give myself grace, because I need to earn money elsewhere, and I need to, you know, practice and keep up my craft and things like that. Dinner is ready. I'm gonna try and finish this video really, 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 really quickly, because I'm on a roll and I want to stay on that roll. The other kind of internal stuff that's been going on is me really, really evaluating my resting work. What I want to do when I'm not acting to earn money, because yeah, unfortunately with the Alexandra Palace job that I'm currently in rehearsals for, I had to give my notice at my new resting job, which was a bummer in one sense. You know, I'm gonna finish this acting job in January and be like, okay, so it's either go back to my old job that was making me depressed full time, or, you know, have to apply for different things or whatever. And I'm kind of done with relying on PAYE work. Like, there's nothing wrong with PAYE work, don't get me wrong. I'm not one of those people who've like, you know, you've got to start your own business, blah, 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 blah. Like, for some people, being employed where you're like, I only have to care as much as my contract requires me to, and I love that, is fine. And I do think there's something to do with the type of PAYE work that historically I've done as resting work as an actor, but, you know, working evenings, working customer service, you know, I don't want to be getting home at 9 o'clock at night minimum, gone midnight if I were to go back to my old resting job. I don't want to be dealing with rude people. I don't want to be contributing to stuff I don't care about. I don't want to have to deal with workplace politics. That's been a big thing, both in my old resting job, but also the job that I have been doing for the past year. There was still like workplace drama and, you know, political BS, and like I had to catch up with my friend who we didn't become friends during me doing this last job that I was doing resting wise, but she happened to work at the same company and we had to catch up, and she was telling me all the other drama, and I'm just like I'm just glad I'm out of that drama. I don't want it. It's not so much that I have my heart set of like never doing any kind of PAYE work, but I definitely want PAYE work to be the supplement and to find ways of making more money self-employed. Obviously, ideally, that would be more performing work, more acting work, but other stuff as well, because I'm over the BS. I'm over terrible managers, gossip, cliques, stirring the pot. I'm over all of that, which is partly with the learning that I was talking about before. You know, just trying to increase my skill set, trying to explore more about what else I can do, and that's really scary. But yeah, that's another thing that's been going on. So I hope that gives you some context as to where I've been the last 5 months. But I feel like I'm in a place now where I'm ready to start coming back to YouTube and trying to be more regular with my schedule, thinking about what I want to create, what would be fun for me to make, and what would be hopefully informative and entertaining for you guys, hopefully. So like, yeah, thank you for being here. Our pizzas are getting cold, so thank you so much for watching this little short update video. I filmed another video earlier today, so that will be coming to you soon. I've got some ideas for videos up until the end of the year, and then hopefully it's 2026. Oh my gosh, the time has gone so quickly. It's scary getting old. Check out my blog, it'll be linked down below. If you're in London and want to come and see me in A Christmas Carol, there will be a link down below. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, I mean, this was just an update video. There wasn't that much to enjoy, but you know, if you would like to, you know, be informed of my next video, please like and subscribe. Would love to have you on the channel. Come on down. Stay tuned for more theatre content from Stay tuned for more theatre content from a UK perspective, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye, friends!